Hi friends, my name is Emily, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be shopping my shelves to pick my March TBR. So one of my goals for 2019 is to reduce this shelf, these two shelves behind me, by 50%. So I have about 260 something unread books. In an effort to reduce them, I'm trying to come up with creative ways and creative projects to get through as much of this as I can and really enjoy the text that I already own instead of buying new texts. To help me this month, I have asked on Instagram. I think the prompt I gave was, I'm doing a book scavenger hunt, find a book that ... and people have given me various things to find and to look for and to sort of really engage with the texts here. So what I'm gonna do is go through the prompts. We're just gonna do it. Let's see. The first prompt that I got is find a book that is by Chuck Klosterman, and I know for a fact that I don't have any books by Chuck Klosterman on the shelf. The next is set in Canada, bonus if it's not in Eastern Canada. Okay. Oh, one thing that I should mention is I am also only picking books by women off the shelves because March 8th is International Women's Day, so all of the books that I will be reading this month will be written by women. So, yes. I should have mentioned that to begin with. Find a book that is based during the Second World War. Second World War and by a woman. When is The Accidental by Ali Smith set?
Here you go. The first result is from Wikipedia.
Nope, 2003. So I don't appear to have anything set in World War II. So find a book that has green on the cover. That I can do. Ooh, and I know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be this one. So far I have 2 books from 4 prompts. Could kill a small rodent. Could kill a small rodent. And is written by a woman. Canadian fantasy. Ooh. Scares you with its number of pages. This has 530, you know what? I'm gonna go with this one. Has a holographic design within its cover. Books that are shiny. Ooh, these both sound good. I'm gonna put these both here. Alternates point of view. Is challenges your perspective. Challenges my perspective. Has 189 pages. What do I do? let's go with what I did end up choosing. The last thing I was just looking for was, it's a book that has 189 pages, and the books are either too small or just slightly too big. This is the closest at 185 pages, and like picking it up, there's a pig with lipstick on the cover, so 4 pages away from meeting the requirement, so I'm gonna put this on the TBR. We also have a book that challenges your perspective, and for that, I picked one that I've already started, but I think it's appropriate and I think it's a good time to finish it. That is Daring Greatly by Brene Brown, which is a like well-being book, and it talks about the value there is in being vulnerable with people. I also have Find a Book That Alternates Point of View, and for that I have Pulp. And so this is the story of queer teens 60 years apart, and so one queer teen is from 2017 and the other one is from 1955. Math. So I assume that the narrator is not time traveling and that there are in fact 2 narrators, because you have, in 1955, Janet Jones keeps the love she shares with her best friend a secret. 62 years later, Abby can't stop thinking about her senior project and its subject, 1950s lesbian pulp fiction. So I think there will be 2 perspectives here. I was also given the prompt to find a book that has a holographic design within its cover. My thought of holographic is like the Pokemon cards that are shiny. I have this beauty, which is The Monstrous Child by Francesca Simon. Really no idea what this is about anymore. I just remember, I think it was Anna James who talked about this in a video and I thought it sounded phenomenal and I picked it up and now I have no idea why, but I am going to find out why, hopefully. The next prompt I was given is a book that scares you with the number of pages. And for that, I have Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. This is a classic that I have been meaning to read for ages. I meant to read it when I picked this up in the charity shop. I meant to read it when Jen Campbell was doing a Jane Eyre read-along a couple of years ago for its like 100th anniversary or something like that. And I just never got around to it because every time I pick it up, I'm like, I know this is good. People think it's good. There's a lot of scholarly stuff out there on it. There's a reason it stood the test of time, but I know that it's going to be densely written. This edition has 532 pages. It scares me. It intimidates me that it's not only, like 500 pages is not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. I have read longer, but it also wasn't like longer and sort of antiquated language, right? I'm intimidated by Jane Eyre. Another prompt that I was given is a Canadian fantasy. Now, I actually can't find a Canadian fantasy, which is pretty sad considering that it's a genre that I love, but I can find science fiction. I have Company Town by Madeline Ashby. She's a human bodyguard, and this is in a world where a lot of bodyguards are like androids or computers, and so the benefit of having a human bodyguard, even though they are like fleshy meat bags, is that they can't be reprogrammed, if I remember correctly. And there's a murder, and it sounds like just bonkers enough to work, and I'm interested. The next book I have here is a book that could kill a small rodent. So if you saw me like weighing 2 large books before, this one's heavier. Fun fact, this is Wildwood, written by Colin Meloy, with illustrations by Carson Ellis. Now this is a piece of children's literature. I do believe that you could probably brutally murder a rodent with this. So one of the other prompts I was given was a book with green on the cover. So this is an arc of The Love and Lies of Rukhsana Ali by Sabina Khan. This is an arc. I should probably read it. You know what I just realized? Wildwood doesn't count because it's not written by a woman. I have to pick another book that could kill a small rodent. So then I'm gonna go with the other one that I was weighing. I'm gonna go with A Winter's Promise by Christelle Dabos because it is written by a woman and I'm trying to focus on texts written by women this March. And the last book I have here is a book set in Canada. Bonus if it's not in Eastern Canada. This is The Break by Katherena Vermette. So there we have my March TBR. So these are all books written by women, following the prompts that you guys gave me on Instagram. So I am in for an interesting reading month, I think. I have lots of choices here, which is exciting. Thank you guys for participating on Instagram, giving me some prompts. I'd like to do this in the future again as well. Probably not every month. So before we go, we have to thank my patrons. Thank you, patrons, for supporting me, for making content like this possible, as well as helping me to create longer form content. Your support is much appreciated, and if you are interested in becoming a patron and hearing about the perks, links to that will be in the description box down below. So that brings me to the end of today's video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Have you read any of these books? What do you think of these books? Also let me know your thoughts on this video idea, a Shop My Shelves video series. What would you like to see from this format? Do you want to see me sort of reading blurbs, going through that, or is just like speeding up the track while I'm picking things and then going through the pile at the end enough? Let me know, because I'm looking to sort of continue stuff like this, and I'd like it to be content that is enjoyable for you guys as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye.